This is Kathy from Gadgets Top 321, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at two inks that I've wanted to try for a long time. The first one is a color that I've wanted to try, yellow, and so I chose Pent, Kotoba, No Lemon, and it looks almost black, but it is just a very saturated yellow. And I'm also going to take a look at Aurora Black. Now in these writing samples, I'm going to be comparing Aurora Black to Sailor Jentle Black. Now, I inked up my Kaweco Lilliput with Aurora Black. I've been using Sailor Jentle Black because this pen has issues with the nib appears to be over polished. Sometimes that's called baby's bottom, so I have problems with hard starts. I just wanted to see how Aurora Black performed. Let me zoom in a little bit here and make sure that we're in focus. Okay. Alright, we're off to a good start. This is an extra fine nib. Now, Aurora Black is known for being really saturated, a deep dark black. So I'm gonna see how it compares to Sailor Jentle Black. Now I chose these two Kaweco pens for my writing samples because they both have extra fine nibs, so we can see how the two compare. I've got Sailor Jentle Black in my Kaweco Skyline Sport. And right off the back, you can tell it's much more flowy. Okay. Now, to me, it may be, no, I think you guys can tell. The Sailor Jentle Black appears to be a more saturated black than the Aurora Black. But I do like the way the Aurora Black writes. It's a little more well suited to this extra fine nib. Now I'm going to come back to that in just a minute because each of these inks has a special purpose that it's well suited for. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. But I want to go ahead and do the writing sample with this yellow ink. And I've got it in my TWSBI Mini with a fine nib, and you can see I thought it would look cool in this blue aluminum TWSBI Mini, but I mean it just looks like black ink in it. You can't tell that that's yellow unless you can kind of tell looking at the bubble. It's got a little bit of a yellow look to it, but let's see. Oh, sorry about that. And I'm sorry about all this sniffling. I'm having allergy problems. And I was never interested in yellow inks until I watched several of Jason from the YouTube channel Wasky Squirrel, several of his pens in use videos, and he uses yellow inks a lot. Now the ink that first caught my attention was Platinum Citrus Black, and I thought about getting a sample of that one, but it's an iron gall ink and I just don't know enough about them And the main thing is, I know with iron gall inks, you don't want to leave them in your pens. There's more pen maintenance involved. Hold on, let me write this. Kotoba. No, Eero. And the color is lemon. Pent is the brand, and Kotoba no Eero is like the line of inks, kind of like Sailor has the Shikioris and the Gentles, and the new one, the Manyo. This is Kotoba no Eero, from what I could see, means color of words. That's just the ink line. And like I was saying, I saw Jason using these, and I thought, I want to give yellow a try. I just got a sample. I'm probably not going to be using this a lot, but I've got some ideas of how a yellow ink like this would be useful. Now, I probably wouldn't use this in a pilot fine, like a Japanese fine. This is probably as fine as I would go with that. This TWSBI fine is more like one of those Japanese mediums, and you want it to be a decently wet pen. This is probably as dry as I would go. I would like to try this in a pilot medium. I've got a pen with a pilot medium steel nib on the way, and I think that might look pretty good. But okay, I wanted to come back to these black inks. This yellow ink, I'll probably talk about it some more in some future videos. But these black inks are made by pen makers to perform well with their pens. The Aurora is an Italian brand, and those nibs tend to run a little broader, so the ink is a little bit drier. In fact, on my little paper napkin chromatography, this is the Aurora, and I kind of had to scribble around to get some ink to come out on the napkin. With the Sailor Jentle Black, it's such a flowy ink, I just touched the paper towel or the napkin, and it just drew the ink out, no problem. So, with the Aurora ink, it is suited to write with Aurora pens, and consequently would probably perform better with European nibs that tend to run a little wider and write a little wetter, so the ink can be a little drier. This Sailor Jentle Black is designed to write with Japanese fine nibs, and so it needs to be a little more flowy to perform better with those nibs. And so I don't really like Sailor Jentle Black in this Kaweco. It's just a little bit too broad, and so I prefer it in a Sailor fine nib. So I like using it in my Sailor Pro Gear Slim. It has a fine nib. My Platinum 3776 with a fine nib. And even, I need to revisit this pen, the Sailor LeCool with a medium fine. This performs really well with Sailor Jentle Black. And so I don't like using black or highly saturated dark inks in anything larger than like a Japanese fine nib. So this right here just looks like I've written with a felt tip marker. So alright, if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.